you been wanting to make a junk journal but didn't know how to make the signature, where to begin, what the process is? Today I'm going to show you how I made mine. Hi guys, this is Winnie from BellaSunshyn. The very first thing you need to do is decide what size of a journal are you looking for, or are you wanting? I wanted something pretty small. Since I'm new to this junk journaling, I didn't want to become overwhelmed. So I picked out a book with a 1.5 spine. My page is about 8 by 10, and I decided that I'm going to have 4 signatures for this spine. The next thing I did is I went through my supplies and I picked out the papers that I wanted to put in my signature. I didn't really have a formula in doing that. I just picked out the one that I wanted. And maybe there's a special meaning to it, or I already have planned on what to do for that page. Once you've collected all your paper that you want to use, then you need to size them up so that way you can put them in your cover. And I would recommend for you guys to make a template. Whatever size you guys are using for your page, for your journal, just make a template. And I'm just using one of the pages from this book. And when I'm ready to fold my paper or cut them, I have this to help me. Once you've done that, then you have all your papers ready and you can just put them in signatures. It doesn't matter. I just kind of put them all together. I didn't have a formula. I didn't follow anything. If I like the look, I just put them all together. Let me show you guys what I ended up with. After collecting all my paper, this is what I have. This much paper. It's beautiful. I love them, but I just cannot, this is just way too much for me. So instead of putting the papers away, forgetting about them, I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna get those ready for my next journal. So I divided them into 8 signatures. So when I finish with my first one, then my second one is nice and ready. I'm going to show you guys what kind of pages I have in my signature, so that kind of gives you an idea what materials you can use. This is just a potato bag that I got from my grocery store. They were gonna throw it anyway, so I decided to keep it. This is a packaging paper. This is I think this was like quilt pattern paper. This came from a book. You will find books with different color pages. This is just a bag that you know, like not a gift bag, but when you go to the store, they just give you this bag. I undid the bottom, fold it in half, and you're adding it as your pocket that you're gonna use for your signature. This is a children's workbook in a different language. Music sheet. This paper was you know, when you go eat at a barbecue place, they have a roll of this paper, and you're supposed to use this as your placemat. So I decided to take some home with me. And I used a coffee dye to dye this, to give this color. And this is just an old calendar. I like the centerpiece. Now all my signature has this type of I guess center. I like the look of having one big picture and you can appreciate and look at it, and you can probably add a couple of small little things. You don't have to do much to make it pretty. Now I'm not going to show you this side because you've already seen the other half of it. That's the first signature. Then I have this signature. This is just a tea bag that I'm going to turn into a pocket. This paper, I think I got this from Joann's. I'm not sure what kind of material this is. This is an envelope I got in the mail. Map. This is a coloring book. I think when they were popular a couple of years back, I got a couple of those books, never did color them. So I decided I use the avocado skin to dye this pink. Then I have this doily. I think what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna cut it in half, and I'm gonna put one here, and I'm gonna make this into a tuck spot, and I'm gonna use the other half for this side. And here's another center. And as you can see, this is just from an old book. And look, you can just, when you put this together, these two signatures will be together, and you already have a page that you really need. You don't need to do anything unless you want to. This is a grocery paper bag from Whole Foods, and I just made sure I had enough so I can make a pocket. Another colored paper. Now this is the same paper as that barbecue paper. I just dyed it a little different. All I did was I wet the paper, crumpled it up, let it air dry, then unfold it carefully, and that is the look that you get. This was really easy and quick. This is just a construction paper. This is a parchment paper, or it's actually a parchment sheet. You can use your rolls if that's all you have. This is a gift bag that my son used for my Mother's Day gift. A quilting pattern, a grading book paper. This is just a regular copy paper that I used the avocado skin, and I used stencil to give this image. This is another one. This was a very thin packaging material, and it ripped very easily. So what I did was I glued two together, and I just used glue wall with a little bit of water, and I used a brush to just brush it and then glued it together, and it's actually stayed on pretty, it's sturdy now. Another regular coffee dyed paper. This plastic was actually the plastic that my flowers came in for Mother's Day. This came from a children's book. This was a box that my bagel came in for my Mother's Day breakfast. It's a pretty thick cardboard, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up keeping it, but if I decide to not use it, I can just easily take it out. This is just a regular drawing paper. This is a gift bag that I got from the Dallas World Aquarium. I did put this in because I already have a plan as to how I'm going to decorate this page. This is just an envelope. This is another coffee dye, or not coffee dyed, I'm sorry, avocado skin dyed paper. Here's my center. Let's see what else we have here. The potato bag. This is another coffee dyed paper I did. And what I did was I actually fold this, and then I soaked it in the liquid of the coffee. As you can tell, there's where the folded is. That's how I got these shaped. As you guys can see on my pages, I have a small one here, a full page. Here's a pocket that just came from Chipotle, another full page. So you can just do it randomly, you know, whatever looks good to you guys. Now, this guy is not supposed to be in here, but I had him in here because have you guys gotten a book where it smells bad? Like it smells musky or something, a smell that you don't like. Well, this has that smell, these books. Instead of throwing them out or not using the pages, this just came in the mail from Ulta. I just opened one of this up, put it in there, leave it, and every time I'm opening this, it actually smells good. Once you have all your signatures ready, then what you need to do is, you need to bind them. And I'm gonna show you guys how I bind mine. Now, what I use for mine, because mine is temporary, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the cover. I'm not sure what cover I'm gonna use, if I'm gonna use the book I just showed you. So I wanna use something that's temporary. Then once my pages are ready, then I'm gonna go ahead and bind them. But for now, I am using a elastic cord. And let me show you how I bind this. Take the signature, find the middle, just like this. Then you take your cord, and when you're sizing, you're basically just doing 3 of your size of your signature, just like that. And that should be plenty. Take it, and you're just gonna tie a knot, just like this. Try to center that. Now, when you guys tie this, make sure it's tight enough, but not too tight, not too loose. And you need to be careful, because over here and over here, they tend to rip your paper if you have it way too tight. So just be careful you're not doing that. And you just do a double knot. And this would be easier if you had another person. But if you don't, okay, this, and there it is. Now, you can make this to be your permanent binding. This cord, I got this at the dollar store. And they're thin enough that they're not actually going to give you some bulk to your signature. So you can actually use this. Or if you think this is too thick, I know you can get this thinner. Like I've gotten one before at Michael's or Joann's. And if you use this as your permanent binding, you know, you can actually move this to the top and put some charms, or you can put it at the bottom and you can have some charm at the bottom. And if you are going to use this as your permanent, to avoid the destruction of this here and here, what I would do is I would take a hole punch, and let's say this is your signature. This is where you're going to put the cord. What you want to do is take this and just halfway punch it like that, and like that one, like that. Then when you put this on, it's not going to tear your pages. So do that if that's going to be your permanent. So once you have, see, as you guys can see, because of this cord, it's elastic. If you want to add to your pages, then you can easily just add something. If you want to take out, this can come off. You can put it back. So it's all temporary. And once you are done with your page or your signature and you have it all decorated, then you can make this tighter. Then it really won't move. You can make this tighter. Once you have your book, now I did want to mention that when you guys are looking for your paper and you only have single pages that you can find, you can still use that for this signature. Let me show you how I put these two together. You take your 2 paper that you want to put together, and you're going to fold. This is about 1/2 inch. You fold both of them, and as you can see, this one is a decorative piece, so I want to maintain the look of it. So the way to do that, you're going to have to glue it this way. So let's say this is your decorative piece. I'm going to put that down here. You're going to put glue here. This is your back cover, and you're just going to fold the flap, and you're going to align it together, and you're going to glue just like that. And this would be your top. Then the inside, you're going to do the same thing here. Here's your flap. You're going to put glue there, and you're going to glue it to your cover. And this, once you decorate this piece, you're not going to see this. So that's any single paper. This is how you can do it. You can do the washi tape if you want, but the washi tape, when you put a hole in there, it rips very easily. So I like to do it this way better. It's sturdier. Once you guys have all your signatures ready, I needed to put this in a cover so that way I can just pull the book and I'm not gonna lose any signatures. So what I did was, I used this as a cover, and this is how you would add this in here. You're basically going to take your elastic and do it that way. Okay, this could be your last page, however your order is going to be. Take this and you do this. Even though your elastic is really tight, you can still put your cover in there. And whoops, whoa. So you can do your elastic, you can kind of move it on the spine like this, and it's going to move your book for you. So it's going to look like that. And there is your junk journal. Now, when I wanted to work on the page for my book, I just could not get inspired. Looking at this thing, it was not giving me the inspiration I need to be creative. It was driving me crazy. I wanted to decorate the front, but I wasn't ready for that. So I decided to change the cover for my first journal. I didn't want to reuse this. So I found this the other day in our recycling trash. This is just an Amazon envelope. I just cleaned it up, and this is what I'm using for the first. Fold it, do it this way, and you do the same concept like that. And there you have your cover. I know it's plain, but I like the look, I like the feel, I like the noise that it makes. This plain page or cover gives me more inspiration to be creative than this one. So I really am happy with this. If I wanted to really decorate it, you know, I could put stencils or paste, glue a picture in there, whatever, but this makes me happy. As you guys know, I watch a lot of videos. I watch Barbara from 49 Dragonflies, Natasha from Treasure Books, Joey DeFee. I will link their channels below, and I highly recommend that you guys watch them. They really have good ideas on how to work on your pages, how to make a book, how to alter a book. They're the one that gives me inspiration to be creative. Go watch a lot of videos. Go find someone that will inspire you to be creative. I enjoyed making this journal. I hope you guys find joy in watching, and I hope you guys learned something. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.